How do you manage your time? I know it's not just me, but I always feel like time is a scarce resource that is difficult to manage efficiently. I use Google Calendar and block off my days already, but I'm open to any advice or suggestions you have. No, it is just you, Vanessa. Time is completely unlimited for everybody else. What are you talking about? Yeah. So, oh, hey, welcome, Kim. Glad to welcome you onto the show. So, yeah, Vanessa, super point there. And I'll tell you, I also block off my days on my calendar, and I'll give you a specific logistical thing that I do, as well as a philosophical foundation for how that all works. There are 6 colors on my calendar for the 6 major things that happen that I'm committed to in my life. And each of those colors is distinct, so I can look at my calendar at a given week or a given 2-week period and say, hey, does the mix of colors here reflect strategically what's going to get me there to my goals? And I'll tell you what those 6 categories are. Billables, sales, marketing, admin, systematization, and personal. My billables are vibrant blue, my sales are bright yellow, my marketing is bright, vibrant orange, my administration is a kind of a washed out red, systematization is purple, and my personal stuff is gray, because I don't need to distinguish anything in my personal life. Like, all my personal stuff is gray, and who cares? I don't need to parse it out beyond that. I don't need to get strategic in my personal life. That's handled. And as such, alongside that, I have a plan for what % of my time is spent that's in alignment with where I want to get to in my firm. And this is what I know. Whenever I look at my calendar and there's lots of blue, which for me is billables, I know that I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking my life, I'm shrinking my world, I'm shrinking my earnings, my influence, my acknowledgement. Because that's not what I'm up to. What I'm up to in the big picture is having a profound impact in the world. And if I am the more I'm directly billable for a client, that means the less time I'm spending developing my team, the less time I'm spending on leadership, systematization, not building a sales team, not amplifying my voice, not multiplying my voice, that I'm serving one client and having the joy of making their mission possible or more sustainable or workable. And I love that. And I didn't create my firm to be a channel to be a solopreneur. I chose to create my firm to have an impact larger than myself. And because I chose that goal, I need to keep my billables at a certain low %, and I really cherry pick who I work with directly. Sales, marketing, systematization, admin, and then my personal life. So that's how I do it. Now, that's the logistics of how I do it. And the, oh, Kim, you spelled my name correctly. Thank you. Oh, love you. And the philosophical foundation, I'm going to share with you a bit from a course that I took called Mission Control. Be on the lookout for this course. It is offered by highly trained practitioners only from rare time to rare time. I know 2 such practitioners, one in New York and one in Charlotte. They are amazing. This course is amazing. It's called Mission Control. Changed my life. And I'm going to share with you a fundamental principle that I got from this that has me putting everything in my life on the calendar. I learned in this class that I learned to redesign my relationship with time. Whoa, when I started this Ask a CFO show today, I did not expect to be talking about my relationship with time. This is awesome. So let's do it. I learned that there are 4, let me put it this way. When I take on a relationship with time that I'm about to describe to you, my stress disappears. And I mean seriously, it's gone. It's gone. I've experienced maybe one day of stress in my life since I took this course 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah. I didn't have to work on it to make it go away. It instantly disappeared. And a lot more became workable and possible in my life. What I'm about to share with you isn't a right way to define time. It's that when I define time this way and I approach time this way, all this stuff works. So this is what I learned. That there are 4 states of completion. That's fully complete, provisionally complete, automatedly complete, and incomplete. I learned that incompletion is the major source of stress in our lives. Other people might call it uncertainty. Fully complete. Everything that there is to do about this thing has been done. It's fully handled. It's 100% handled. It's in the past. Provisionally complete. Everything that I can do has been done, but the thing as a whole still isn't done. It's in somebody else's court, or we're waiting for time to pass. But for the moment, there's nothing for me to do. Everything that I can do has been done, and now I need to wait on someone else, or I need to wait for time to pass. For things that are provisionally complete, they can revert back to a state of incompletion if too much time passes and the other person doesn't get back to me, or too much time passes. I was supposed to wait a year, but now 3 years have passed, or whatever it is. I was supposed to wait till Thursday, and now it's Friday. Something that's provisionally complete can revert to a state of incompletion. Boop, source of stress. How we deal with that is to put a follow-up in the calendar. Or if you block out your calendar in large blocks, like with colors like I do, then you keep a detailed list someplace else. And these 2 places are the only places where you have the actions and to-dos in your life. So if I assign out a task to someone on my team, for me, that's provisionally complete. But if that due date passes and the task hasn't been done, then it reverts to a state of incompletion, source of stress. Boop. Therefore, I have it as a manager, as a recurring tickler task, to check all the client workspaces and make sure that nothing's overdue. So therefore, it remains in a state of provisional completion and then becomes fully complete. Then there is automatedly complete. Oh, isn't that the best, right? Like if I had to put on a to-do list, like all the times I'm going to brush my teeth from now until the day that I die, I'm going to instantly feel like, oh my gosh, this is a mountain. I'm never going to get all this done. But you know what? It's automatically complete when I don't even think about it anymore. I roll out of bed and I brush my teeth, among other things. I don't have to put on a to-do. I don't feel the weight of this thing. It's like automatic. And the cool thing is that the more things you put into a status of automatedly complete, whether technology handles it for you, whether you've delegated it and you don't have to think about it anymore because you can really count on your team to get it done, whether you take it on but you don't really have to think about it. You don't have to make a decision. Am I going to go to the bathroom today or am I not? I don't have to agonize over that. The weight of that is off me. And so that burden is lifted and it's automatically complete. And so the more I can make automatically complete, the more I'm capable of as a human being, and the more it becomes possible. So that's the philosophical. I know that was this whole 16-hour, 2-day course condensed into like 4 minutes, but consider the course. It's amazing. And if you've gotten any insights out of that brief share, oh my gosh, go ahead and share them. I'm seeing some reactions and comments going, hey, Richie, welcome to the show. Kim is asking, and let me just take a quick glance. Hey, welcome, Andrea. Hi, Ashish. Kim is asking, how do you find time to develop SOPs? Seems I'm always busy doing instead of documenting. Boy, I really relate to that. And what she means by SOPs, by the way, for everybody watching this, is standard operating procedures. I was in the same quandary myself for a really long time. And as long as I stayed in that quandary, I didn't grow. My firm didn't grow. And if I wanted to make a bigger impact in the world, I had to make myself busier. And, we get to capacity, with 24 hours in a day and only so much energy. We get to capacity. And for me, it wasn't only a matter of finding time. I hate doing it. I don't want to do it. I hate doing it. I want to lead. I want to teach. I want to develop. I want to hire. I want to innovate. I don't want to sit and write processes. Oh my gosh, what an energy drag for myself personally. And then I got it. And this is how I got it. I'm going to tell you the 2 ways that we create SOPs. First, I started recording me doing work. I did the billable work, only I recorded it and I spoke out loud while I was doing it. It doesn't mean that I have it on for 3 hours, because nobody's going to sit and watch a 3-hour video. But that 3-hour session is going to consist of me using this cool Excel function to do this nifty thing, me coding some VBA macro in order to do some nifty thing, me reconciling a bank account in Xero, me reconciling a bank account in QuickBooks Desktop, me reconciling a bank account in QuickBooks Online, me coming up with some fandangly-do-tastic framework for something. Right, so I recorded myself doing this work, and I started uploading these to SharePoint. We use SharePoint internally in our firm. I named the videos, and I started just uploading them. Another thing that we're up to right now is I bought a subscription to a platform called Talent LMS, that stands for Learning Management System. And I have someone on my team reviewing these videos and uploading them to Talent LMS, creating multiple choice questions for them. And they're becoming our internal training tool for my team, recording what I was doing already. And since these videos are client specific, we'd also upload these videos to the client's Dropbox or SharePoint site or whatever it is, or whatever it is that they have for their own file storage. Boom, upload these files in their standard operating procedures folder in the finance section of their infrastructure and say, hey, here's how you do your bank recs. Here's how you do your analysis of undeposited funds. Here's how you do the troubleshooting for whatever. Whatever it is that we do, we record it, I record it, I name it, I upload it. That was the most natural and feasible for me. And what kind of extra time did it take? 10 seconds to name the file, 10 seconds to, put on the screen recorder and click play, tap, tap, tap. Is this thing on? I mean, that's all that it takes. Also, we have a couple of people on our team who really do enjoy interviewing people and documenting in prose, screenshots, flow charts, cross-functional flow charts, organizational charts, other things, how a client's accounting department is functioning. That is a paid engagement to document the functions of an accounting department. And there are people who really love creating that documentation. I can do it in such a way that someone can step into the position, someone who's qualified for the role can step into a position and say, oh, I get it. This is what I do, and this person communicates with that person, and that's how the process works. And then use the training videos to see exactly what to click on when it's time for certain things. We also use Asana as a place for recurring checklists. Just a great tool, like the tip of the iceberg, even me saying that. But we use Asana not just for one-time tasks, but for recurring checklists. And because I can't stand just sitting alone and documenting things, I usually am on a video call with a practitioner on the engagement, stepping them through step by step how to do a thing, and we document the checklist as we go. So that's how I do it. That's how I find the time to it. for it. I can't just find it in me to plunk extra time for that on the calendar. I just can't. So that's how I incorporate it into activities that I would normally do anyhow.